Let's make red-green law good again.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. I got you.
Let's make him good again.
Let's go.
If you don't know what red-green law does, if you have 5 or more characters, return one of your characters, then play one character with a cost 5 or less from your hand with a different color than the returned character. So it does great with using the red and the green to return the reds to play the greens, right? But we also can do that for the same for Luffy, or if we need a blocker out and return a Bonnie, we can double up on some choppers. So we took Zuru and we made him Analaw instead of Animal. I don't know. It's not horrible, but I want to try this out. I am not the best red green law player. I am not going to take this deck to regionals and win yet. But I think this deck is super fun. It's a mix of aggro characters with passive ability. I don't know. It's very interesting, and you have to be a very skilled player, which I am not. So, to show you the basic strategy, you have Tony Chopper, Tony Chopper, and Tony Chopper. These choppers, this one plays out a cost 5 or a 4,000 power lower animal from the deck from the top 5. This one will play a 3,000 power lower animal from your hand, which would be this or this. And then this one is a blocker, and when attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 3,000 for the turn. So these choppers are the most important cards in this deck to help us aggressively come
on now, dog. Come on, man.
Pause. Aggressively bring out more options. And so we also have our Nami Searchers, our 1-drops, which is the usual play for this. You play a lot of 1-drops. In here, we decided to go with just Nami to reveal 1 Straw Hat from the top of our deck, which would be any of our choppers or our Rush Zoros or our Rush Luffy. It gives us a lot of active targets. Yes, sometimes you will miss, but it also lets us get the 1-cost event, which you see in Zuru, which does the same effect as Chopper, except it can actually play the Chopper itself, because it's cost 3 or lower animals. So, a great card. Hiking Bear is just a 2k counter. Give up to one of your animal types 1,000 power when you have 1 Dawn on it. This can come into act.
I'm gonna come. Oh.
I gotta stop saying that. This effect will become active when there are 2 of these on the field. You can put 1 Dawn on each and give each one of them plus 1,000 power. So it can become a 5k swing when necessary. This just gets us through blockers, so if we really need something to finish the game for a higher end rush, this is a great option, but it also works very well just against Black Yellow Luffy to bring this out, drop all our Dawn on it. We could put 8 on there and swing for 14 into 9. If we know we have it right, we've got it. Cavendish is a staple in Red-Green Law. Basically just brings 2 Dawn active if your character has the Supernova type and you have no other Cavendish. We have the Green Law, which will return a card to our hand and then play out a cost 3 or lower from hand. So what we can do with this is basically reuse our Zoros, return a Nami to hand to then play out a Zoro. We can return Chopper to hand to play out a Chopper to really spam our board, getting the effect twice. We can swing with it, return it, play it out, and then it's also safe from getting swung into. So that's a very safe option for the mid-game. We play the 9-drop Zoro in here just as a one-of. It's searchable off Nami, which many decks cannot search this card unless they are red and green usually. But I think this card is obviously just amazing. Just swing in for 16k 3 times to finish a game. Yes, please. Jory Bonnie is an amazing card in this meta. I think this card is so underrated. I want to play it at more. I know that sounds wild, but just being able to freeze one of your opponent's Dawn, it destroys Black Yellow Luffy when you're going for Gecko Moria plays. It destroys just so many decks that are so linear in the strategies that it's hard to overcome. There are a few decks other than like 3D2Y Luffy which can overcome this unless they're going into an 8 Dawn turn, you freeze a Dawn. It depends on timing and player skill. At the right time, this can screw your opponent. It also can stop any 10-drop turn, so if you're going against a Bonnie and they're playing a 10-drop Doflamingo, it saves your ass. So, that brings us into this Bonnie, which is going to search any of our green targets. It definitely can miss. That is the issue with this deck. I'm looking to make it more consistent, but it's hard when playing 2 very strong engines that are very dependent on themselves. So we're trying to learn the exact number that has the highest opportunity of hitting to see what we can do. This law is a great card. It sets one of your supernovas or heart pirate types rested, cost 5 or lower active. So Zoro swings for 9k. We play this for 5 or for 2 using leader effect. Restand this Zoro and swing again. Same thing with any of our other supernovas. Cavendish is the best target for this because if we play him out for 5, then we swing with, we swing with this, play something, swing with this, restand it up, swing again, and it basically just counters whatever we played earlier. So now we got 4 out of the 5 Dawn back, and it's very effective. So I think it is a great engine altogether. So we're going to test it out on the sim today and see what we can make happen. Vegapunk for the first battle. He chooses to go first. We will keep this hand. He's going to drop an Edison, draw 2, trash 2. We get to filter here. Or draw 2, trash 1. No, trash 2. So we trash those 2. We're going to play a 1-drop Chopper or Nami Searcher. We're going to grab the event. And then I think we should just go ahead and save the event. We'll go ahead and if he wants to swing us, we'll take the life and we'll play the event. Because he wants to swing heavy. So play the event. And we'll play out a Chopper Blocker. And then resolve the attack, we'll get another card in hand, which this is our resource. With Red-Green Law, this is not anything other than a resource. He definitely gets to set up a lot here. Turn 1 cost 4 lower to your opponent's hand. That's honestly fine with me. You can return whatever you would like. We're going to swing 5 here. He's going to have to counter out from hand or let it die, which really changes what I want to do. Being at 4, I think we'll go ahead and play this. He doesn't have a way to hit us this turn, and we'll go ahead and get the Chopper out. We don't have any targets, and so we could either play out the 1 body or save it, but he doesn't have a way to attack us, so we'll go ahead and play this out and grab a Zoro for later and pass it up. We know he can't swing us, so there's no reason to save it for the counter event, and the counter event will really save us later when he starts swinging into our board. Right now, he doesn't have the opportunity, which definitely helps us out. Hogadatsu is perfectly A-okay with me. Not something that I'm scared of on a 5 Dawn turn. He doesn't get to heal, so we'll swing 5 at life. No, let's not swing 5 at life yet. We got a leader effect first because he's going to return something to our hand. So let's go like this, swing, play this. He's going into 7 Dawn. I don't know. I think putting him in an awkward situation would be better. So let's return this to play out Ibani, because I think I'd like to put him in that awkward situation. So now he'll be on a 6 Dawn turn, which is totally okay with me. Now we're going to swing 5 at life, and he's going to return one of our bodies to hand. Now it will more than likely be the Chopper Blocker, which is totally fine, like I said, which will now free up a zone. So now we'll swing 5 at life. Now with that free zone, we'll play the Nami. We'll get the search off, so that's going to be super cool. Of course, he hits the greatest trigger of all time. Let's get another Chopper, so we have so many Choppers in hand, and just pass it up. So now whenever he swings into this, we can use our effect, but it's going to guarantee the kill here. So we no blocker, drop this, and let's just replace him with himself. And no targets, no necesito. Okay, now he's got the 6 Dawn still to play with. Oh, my bad. He still has the 6 Dawn to play with, but we've got a very aggressive start here. Killing that is honestly perfectly fine. He only got a 3 on there, and he didn't... Oh, he got to heal, which is okay as well. So now we're going to set up this play right here. So we need, what, 2 Dawn for this, 3 Dawn for this. So we have 2 Dawn to play with. Let's play a Searcher out, because we're going to return the Search... No, we can't return the Searcher to play the Zoro. We're going to turn the Zoro to play the Zoro, but this is going to get us a lot of active swings. So let's start with a 6 here and see what he does, because that might be better as just getting rid of this Gadatsu. So he wants to really save the Gadatsu. I think I'd rather go aggressive into the Gadatsu than that. So let's go with the Restand Law option and swing 8 into Gadatsu, forcing 2 cards out of hand, 5 into life, which will give him another active body and draw a card, but that's okay. And now we return the Nami to hand to play the Restand Law. And now let's swing 8 into life. Again, we have a full board and a full hand. So we got Dorishishi, lets him draw 1 card, 8 cards in hand, 9 Dawn, probably a Yamato, killing the Zoro, but you never really know. He might also go for killing this just because he can swing here. He wants to go 8. We're going to let him have it, I think, because I don't want to show him that we only have 1Ks in hand. That just doesn't sound like a good option. He's going to put 2 Dawn here. That'll leave him 5 Dawn active. He's going to probably play a Lilith, so we'll give that one up as well. But I see the Lilith incoming. We now have the Searcher and the Chopper. We're going to save this Chopper for later. when we really need it. He did not want to give up cards in hand earlier. If there was a way we could get a rush body here, I would be very happy. He's going to Edison, just a 4-drop, just draw 2, trash 2, and then he's going to gain a life. I do want to know what this life is going to be. So if your leader has Egghead, add the top card from your deck to the top of your life, then discard 2 cards. That's fine. So let's go for the search first, see if we can find... We get the 1 cost event. I don't need the bodies right now, so let the bodies get the floor. We're going to play out a Chopper. We're going to rest this, looking for a Supernova, which we will grab... Do we want another blocker? I think we'll grab Restand Law just for safety. Let's swing 7 into Frankie here. He knows we can do the restand, which I think is something that will scare him. Yep. So he's going to give us 2 cards from hand. Now do we go 7 again and then restand to kill Gadatsu? Or do we go 6, forcing out a 2K, and then we kill him? Or we can play out the blocker, return a Nami, and then play out another blocker Chopper. I think I'd rather kill this guy right now, but also going 1 into life does not sound like a bad idea. So let's swing 5 here. Let's see if he continues to counter out. See how bad he wants to save him. Because if we can put him down to 3 cards in hand, 1 life, and then he draws 1, that sounds really good to me. I'm not going to lie to you. So now let's leader effect, returning a Nami to play out. Do we want to play out the Law? I think we're going to play out Restand Law, restanding this Law. And then we still have 2 Dawn active. I think we go 7 here, and then leave the 2 Dawn active, make him think a little bit. I don't think that's an issue at all, so... Because we could kill Gadatsu, which may be that better option. Let's just kill Gadatsu. We've already committed. I should have only put 1 Dawn, so he had the 1 Dawn active. I forgot he was 7 already. Going into a 6. He's going to Lilith Search. What would you grab? Probably a Shaka at this point. Yep. So we see the Shaka come in. As you can see, these games can go forever because it's Vegapunk. But we're slowly building up our board. Let's aggressively counter out here, just because we did not leave up the 1 Dawn like we should have. We'll give him a 1K. If he swings big like that, we're just going to block out of that one, which is perfectly fine. He's going to kill that, and then he's going to have 1 Dawn to put into life. As you can see, he's stacking up life here, but he's losing all his resources. So we're really starving him out. He doesn't have a way to kill us next turn. Is this the best option? Let's swing these bodies first. Let's see if he just lets them die. Let's go 5 to Frankie. And then we're going to go 6 and then 7, if possible, depending on what he drops here. Because once we get that Zoro out, I think we've won this game. He doesn't have a way to get rid of the Zoro. Katakuri doesn't stop it. And we've wiped his board. He has 1 swing plus an ace, possibly. I don't think that really scares us. So on a 10 Dawn turn like this, I think we literally just try to just wipe the board as much as we can. 9 drop Zoro. And we don't even need to develop a blocker or anything. I think it almost just guarantees game over, because we'll swing with our lower bodies first and see how he reacts. Because if he wants to give himself more life, that's okay. He does have another Shaka in here, but he just gives up. GG's. I had Green Law, baby. We are entering 10 drop Big Mom territory. I'm scared of this territory. I call it the Scaratory. I don't mess with that. I don't like it. He chose to go first, which is really weird for a Katakuri, so he must have an interesting build. And he may be playing a trigger-heavy build, where he's trying to trigger out bodies, which is something I think will be difficult for us. So we'll 1 drop here first, totally miss, and then we're going to drop this, because we want him to go ahead and drop the Gadatsu on his 3rd turn. We're going to save this for later, so pass it up here and just go to the next one. I am kind of scared of the Gadatsu. If he plays that package, he might also play 5 drop Nami. It does force him to discard a card, which is a heavy cost in this game. He's going to swing 9 into our life. I think we counter. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm just kidding. There would be no reason to counter this. Yep, you got it. He moved the life to the bottom. Let me tell you what, that scares me. Let's go 5 into life. We're going to play 3 into 2, I think. Let's just go ahead and go wide while he chooses to probably kill our targets. So play this and then rest this to grab a Supernova, which is going to be... This is going to be great to develop early against Katakuri. I'm not going to lie to you. So we're already down to 3 life. His targets are low, so let's just go with that. We could use more red in our hand, but we could always use our leader effect to get that. Going on 6 Dawn, we can play this out and then use leader effect to play Cavendish to then play this, which sounds like great. You never know. So this is going to be from the starter structure deck. Turn the top of your life face over. Give up to one of your leaders 1 Rested Dawn. Give him a Rested Dawn. He's going to swing into Bonnie, more than likely. So you do 7k into Bonnie. That's fine. That is a-okay with me. And then now he can move that around all he wants. I don't care. Put that 1k counter on the bottom. That's fine. I ain't scared of nothing. Yep. We knew that was coming. He doesn't want us to search like crazy. We do get another Cavendish here. Let's tap 3 and see what we find. We do find this. We're going to leave it there. I think we're going to swing 5 into life and see how he reacts. But we're going to swing 5 with this, just because we can return it. Now we should return the Nami here. So we'll go 5 into life. We're going to return this, and then swing 7 into life using the Cavendish effect. This is one that I really have to walk you through. So we're going to return the Nami to play out a Cavendish, get 2 active Dawn, and then swing 7. I'd rather at least force this out with a 2k, or force 2 cards out of hand if he plays it incorrectly, because it's a free block with the 2k. So he is playing the structure deck stuff. No, this isn't structure deck. This is not the 2k counter. I thought it was, though. So we'll let that go. I think he's going to aggressively swing into our board. Again, we're missing some 2ks. We might have wanted to return the super spot build Duck Squad into our hand, but next turn we can swing with this and play Nami to get our 5 back on board. So that kind of helps. He's going to tell us to trash a life or discard 2 cards from hand. This puts us in a tough spot because if he swings 7 into life, which I don't see him doing here, but we are getting close to a Big Mom in 2 turns, so he more than likely has 1 in his hand, possibly 2, and I don't want to discard 2 cards. If we did discard 2 cards, it would be the Cavendish, and the Bonnie's going to come in clutch. I think we have to drop the Law, honestly, because we can't drop both blockers, but I think this is going to be easier for late game than this will be, although it will allow us to double up on this. So we're going to trash 2 cards from hand, the Cavendish and the Law. I don't think there's any other options there. This forces him to let us basically live. This in the 10 Dawn turn is going to be very effective, and that's what we're saving it for, so we won't drop it next turn anyways. So maybe the Law would have been a good option instead of this, but I don't know. I wanted to be safe there. I think we can search with Nami and find something to play, put some more Dawn on these goobers, and go from there. Let's see what our opponent does, though. That's what we have to play off of. I don't think he'll swing 6 and 7. I think he's going to leave the blocker active just to not take the damage. I do think he has a 0-cost event on the bottom. Depending on where he moves this Charlotte Opera will more than likely let us know. So he looked at the top of his life, put it on the bottom, so not a 0-cost. That is a very good sign. Oh, well, I did not know this was an Activate main. Flip the top life, give it to one of your characters. You Rested Dawn. You just played that. Okay, sounds good to me. I would have swung with Katakuri for 7 with the active Dawn, and then put it on leader to swing for 7 again. But, hey, what do I know? Hey, we get it back. Let's go. So this will also save this, returning it to hand to play out a blocker if necessary, which I do see it probably being necessary. So let's just swing 5 at life and hope that we hit something nice, which we do. We can always return this 2k counter, swing with this one if we need, and that will give us a 2k in hand. So now let's do that, because we're going into a 9 Dawn turn. We want to save this, so I guess we'll swing 6 and then 6. I think we can do all 3 6s here, actually. Let's do it. We'll swing 6 here, and then 6 again, and then 3 more, and then we can leader effect. Yep. Let's lower down his life before he gets to Big Mom, and then drop the Bonnie on him, which is going to put him in a tough spot, especially if he's countering out aggressively, which will really lower his hand limit. He's deciding what to target with this, so looks like nothing. We're going to swing 6 again into life, forcing him to block at some point, and with him going to 9, we will trash our life if we have to. So 1, 2, 3, swing 6 at life. Let's get all the 6s, get all the 2ks out of his hand. That's going to be very effective for us later. Getting the 2 Dawn from Cavendish really doesn't do much. I think we might just leave Cavendish active just to make sure it's something he can't swing into unless we get 2 blockers on board, which we can do. So we can return the 2k, play out the Law, use this card's action to return the other 2k. So now we have 2 2ks in hand, which is really nice, and then we have a blocker. If we swing with this, we won't have 2 more Dawn, but I think we're really protected here. Let's do it. And then now he's going to be scared of what does he do with 2 Dawn? We finally did get the blocker out of him, and I think there's going to be a 7-drop bomb with 3 swings to life. But it's hard. It's hard to say. I think Red-Green Law, it's doing really well. We haven't seen too many misses when it really matters. It's just what it comes down to. Sometimes you just have to hit or you lose. And if you do, what can you do? Next turn, again, we're going to 1-drop Nami into Bonnie, stop the 10-drop Mom. So he plays 2. Then I think he'll play 7-drop Big Mom. Do we want to lose a life, or should we heal him? Because we do have a bunch of bodies. I think it matters on if he swings board or not. If he chooses to swing us first, then decide, that's what it really comes down to. Because if he doesn't have the pressure to get rid of everything on our board and decides to swing our life, let's just take it. Let's literally just see what happens. You know, I think at that point, with 5 cards in hand, 1 life, he would lose. So let's see what he decides here. I think we'll go 7 into Cavendish. Oh, 8 into Cavendish. We might give him a 2 and a 1, not gonna lie. Chopper? I think I'm fine losing that. I don't know, it depends. He wants to... There's probably a chopper on our life, and he wants to make sure it's a 0. So 8, we just don't want to... I think we just let him go. I don't think we need him at this point. I think he's gonna swing the 7. He'll have 2 blockers. We can obviously block this one or block this one and counter, depending on how many Dawn he uses. If he Gadatsus, he's going to kill a 3-cost blocker here, and that's more than likely what he does. That or a Nami. Nope. He's going to swing the Cavendish. I think we'll counter out of that one and see what he does with the rest of it. Because I don't know that we need the Nami, but honestly, I don't know if we need the Bonnie. Let's do this. Let's do 2 2Ks, because I think the Nami is going to be more effective to search later on. And he just leaves 4 Dawn active. So 5 cards in hand, 2 blockers on board. Let's math this out. We can return the Zoro to play the Bonnie to freeze this, or freeze a Dawn to stop the 10-drop Mom. I think this is going to be the best strategy here. So let's swing 5 at life, see what he does. Because we can also return this to play out the Zoro again, if it comes down to it. So let's go 3 here, 7 into this. He could also have some counter events in hand, which would be a little scary, I guess. But he wants to choose to go ahead and block. Let's return. To be safe, I think we return this. So we'll go 5 into life. That'll leave us 6 Dawn. So returning 1 for 2, or playing this for 3, returning it for 2. That gives us 5 Dawn. So I think we can go 7 again, actually, right? Let's go 7 again, lowering this to 3k. So now it's guaranteed to be killed if he blocks with it. I think we could have gone the safer option and not gone for game, actually. Now that I'm looking at the board state, because we could have put minus 3k on this and then started swinging the life, guaranteeing the blockers. But if he blocks out with a 3k here, that's no fun. And we messed up. We did mess up. I just noticed. So we have to hope this goes through. Because we were supposed to swing 6 was the most. Because we can Nami, I guess. We have to Nami to leader effect now. No, we can Nami into Zoro. No, we can play Zoro and then play Zoro. Then we'll swing 7 here. Get 2 active. We can still technically leader effect if we need to. But do we need to? Because we would have 1 blocker active. I think it's safer to do that. And then we freeze the Dawn. Because if he wants to swing our life or our board, I think we're okay with that. But that guarantees we now don't have to deal with a 10-drop Big Mom. So let's return the Zoro for the rush up. No, we should probably do it for the counter and having a blocker on board later. But he does only have a few cards. I think we could swing the Law. I'm not gonna lie. No, let's not do it. I think we return the Chopper here. Because if he wants to win, he's gonna have to swing that. Return the Chopper, play this, freeze a Dawn, pass turnover. So now he's got 2 swings. He'll be on 10 Dawn, but he will only have 9 active, so he cannot 10-drop Big Mamas. I think that basically guarantees the win, and I think we did that in the best possible way. We forced out all of his counter, 1 blocker, and so we'll only have 1 active. We do only have 2k counter, but with only 3 swings, I don't think we have to be too worried. Gadatsu maybe into Zoro, 8k into, well, whatever he wants into the Cavendish, and then whatever he wants into the Chopper. So he can clear the board and then swing our life once. But at that point, I think it's just game, because he'll only have the 1 blocker. He can't swing with the Katakuri, so it'd only be 2 swings. I think that's GG's, buddy. I think that is GG's, isn't it? Isn't it? Or maybe not. Or maybe yes. You're hot and you're cold. You're yes and you're no. Like I said, that Bonnie comes in clutch when you really need it. I'm glad I saved that, because if he 10-drop Big Mommed, got rid of one of our lives, added to his life, we'd be kind of donezo. So it looks like he wants to drop another blocker, which puts him in a really safe spot. I'm not going to lie to you. Because he's going to go for clearing our board. Again, Gadatsu would be scary. So he's going to swing 7, 8 into Cavendish, more than likely. Let's let him clear the board, because if he's going to swing the Katakuri, he's going to swing the Katakuri. That's fine. 9? What are you swinging 9 into? Swing 9 into my life, please. He's got 4 actives, so we know he can't Gadatsu us into the Zoro, so he's going to have to swing 3 times to clear the full board. If he leaves the Chopper active, that's only a 4K, but at the end of the day, I go 5 into life, 7 into life, that guarantees all the cards, and then everything else goes. So, we'll let that one go. I think that's going to be a GG's, honestly. So he's going to look at the top of our life, choosing to put it on the top or bottom. He chooses to leave it at the top. So you're gone. Not going to stop that. He can now go 7 into, or he could go 9, and he can do whatever he wants, really. I'm not going to stop it. At the end of the day, if he chooses not to develop more blockers or bodies, I do think he loses. So 8 into Zoro. You got it, bud. Could play another 2-drop, but he chooses not to play anything. And I think that's going to be game with the top deck, but I'll show you. I think we had game no matter what, because I think it would be 3 here, 1 here, 1 here, and then whatever we want, whatever's left over. So, yep. Oh, damn, that sucks. I was going to go 7 and 12. Well, it looks like he has like no counter in hand, so I guess we just swing it all in. I guess that worked out. Jeez. What is this? Up to one of your leaders gains plus 5,000 power. Oh yeah, he only had 5k counter. That was GG's no matter what. I really did have a good plan there of going 7, 7, 7, and then what would that be? 6, 11. I also could have gone 9 and 9 if that's the safer option there. Especially not knowing that he plays this, because this is such a weird card. 2 Dawn for plus 5k power. I wouldn't play that in a Katakuri. GG's. Let's go on to the next final game. Big Mom Scaratori. We're going to go second here. He wants to go first, but we're going to let that happen. With us going second here, I think we just play nothing and pass it over. He's going to definitely swing us to get his leader effect to get the 2. And that's fine with me. We know he has a 9-drop Big Mom. That is scary. Scary, scary. So we'll pass it over there. Now we'll have, hopefully, 2 bodies on board. And then we can probably get our leader active depending on what they are. So he's got the 10-drop Big Mom in hand. We do have the Bonnie to stop that. See? Right there. Boom. Now we know he has a Newgate and a Viola. So 2k counter. We'll play this. And then we will play this. So that does get us 5 on board next turn. And no targets. Which maybe we should have... I wish we could have taken the damage first and then said that. So we're going to swing 5 into life here. We're going to swing 5 again into life. Ooh, we could play out this Chopper. This is what we're going to do. So Chopper into Karu. This puts us even more aggro. Look at this. We're going to go 5 into life. We could have done this in an even better way because we're about to play Cavendish. Play this out. Return. Let's actually return this Chopper for its safety to play out the Cavendish. Now we have 2 Dawn. We could have put 2 Dawn on this, but it doesn't really matter. I guess we can rest this and grab a Restand Law and pass it on over. So 5 bodies on board and one of them's Cavendish on our second turn. That is insane. Tell me that is not insane. This final game is so proactive here. We're definitely going to let this go, or we could keep it as a double pseudo. 6 Dawn, he's going to play a Newgate, at least search through his life. So I think he's going to swing 5 at whatever he goes to next. This could be so much fun. Let's 2k counter. I'm feeling ballsy today. I would like to double search or guarantee that he's not swinging into our life. Against this deck specifically, I think that's good. Viola, flip it face down, and then swing 9 into Bonnie. You got him. You got her. I don't know that that would be the best. Bon Clay, so he's on 7. He'll be on 9 next turn. More than likely puts this on the bottom, so let's get as much activity out of it as we can. I think we'll 1-drop here, because we only have 6 to play with, so I think we swing 3 here. Do not use the card action. I would love for that to be in my hand, but I would have leader affected first. 1 drop to search. Let's search our 0 cost, because I don't want to grab something with nothing. Now we can swing... We need to play something here. Search, top 5. Grab another one. He's going to top deck this. I should have grabbed the Cavendish, probably. Now let's swing, what? 5 into life. Then we're going to go 7 into life, 7 into life, restand 2, restand law. Oh my gosh. So now we're going to go 7 here into life, restanding 2. Then we're going to return our 2k counter to give us more counter. So return the 2k counter to play out law. To stand this back as active, we're going to swing 7 into life. Now, catch all dawn, 9, give me your blocker. Boom. Now he's down to 0 life. He's going to heal here. So do understand that. He's going to heal here. But we do have the 2k and a few 1ks. We have a double swing next turn because we are guaranteed to use this. There's no reason not to. Of course, we could have left 1 dawn active. He's going to kill our searcher. You got him. 9 drop, -1. And we still have the Bonnie for this turn. So we are guaranteed to play out Bonnie to freeze the 1 dawn. He won't have a way to go minus and then plus during the next turn. So that's fine. Puts Cavendish on the bottom, as expected here. So I think we might want to play this for 3, to play this for 2, to return 1. Is that the most active way? This is not a guarantee, right? But that'd be 3 to 2. I think that is the best option here. I could obviously go more aggro than that, but I think that's the safest option. But let's not be safe. Boom. Don't need to be safe. Now we've got this on board. We can leader effect. So we know we have 3 Dawn to play with, because we're going to play this out for 2, which we could play the blocker for, but I think I'd rather go a little more active. So we're going to swing, go 5 into life. We don't have Cavendish to rely on. And then let's go double 6s to get out some 2k counters. And let's leave this active here, because now whenever he swings the Big Mom, he's going to be chilling. Chilling. So now let's return our 2k counter, play out this, freeze a Dawn, pass it over. So now he cannot 10 drop us. This is how you stop these big bodies. Bonnie comes in clutch against Pudding and Katakuri. And Bonnie. And anyone with a 10 drop, basically. If you run a 10 drop, a Nell, whatever, a Nell can obviously pivot into other options like a Yamato, but if it's not set up properly for them and they're at like life, it is what it is. So let's take this here, see what she chooses to target, and then play, or see what she attacks into, and then play this. So we'll take this, no pressure. Another Bonnie. I am very happy about that. Let's see what she decides to swing into, because more than likely this is game. I really think with the amount of stuff we have on board, he's going to have to put this at the bottom of our life with a 9-drop Big Mom, which then will put us down to 5 cards on board. And obviously if we also get a... But I think he's going to want to... I don't know if he's going to want to swing at here. So it looks like 8 here. So let's pop this. Let's go ahead and use this because we can. To play out a Chopper here and return those. Let's 2k and then that's 1k. We have a double next turn. So for 7 Dawn, we can freeze a Dawn. He gets to stack this however he wants. And he hasn't given up yet. So this could be something scary. We do get the Rush Zoro. But I think this is going to be game. No blockers, 3 cards. It doesn't matter what you do. It does not matter. Because we also have the Rush option. We're going to just go 7s for safety. I could just dump all my Dawn on one character. But why would I do that? GG's to my opponent. Wow, Bonnie is coming clutch for Anna-Law. Let's go. Holy cow. This was Red Green Law. Yes, you'll get more gameplay of this very soon. I'll be messing with probably some of the numbers here. I think it actually worked really well. I only played 3 games and I won 3 games. I'm learning to maneuver Red Green Law in a very effective way with this setup. I will also probably bring this deck to locals and inform you on how I do in that. But I think this deck was so much fun. It is very... You have to be very smart and know what your opponent's playing to use it effectively. Watch what they're adding to their hand, what they're dropping with the 0-cost events and all that. But you can really freeze up your opponent and what they're doing. I definitely think this is a lot of fun. I again think Bonnie is underrated in any green deck. I think this is very important in the meta of stopping your opponent on curve, pushing them back 1 turn on Gecko Morias, or their 10-drop Big Moms, and yada yada whatever, Doflamingos with Bonnie. You can stop so much, and it really stops decks and forces them to pivot into other options, playing more bodies from hand, and then leaving no counter in hand. If you think about it that way, that is the biggest point. You are making them play bodies with counter from hand, all of their Dawn, or to use no Dawn and just swing 15 at your life. That's really effective because it puts them in a tough spot. I think this card's amazing. I think Red Green Law is a lot of fun. If you enjoyed that, please like, subscribe, let me know, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.